Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, January 20th, 2022, and you can find this 137 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away or in the seas far, far away. You can also watch me play video games Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
And you can find the both of us on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I'm at Nick Vern, that's NickVern. In this week's episode, we're returning to the Sea of Thieves. And joining our crusty crew is none other than Serp. Serpentzn is our favorite Sea of Thieves streamer on Twitch and all-around awesome guy. So without further ado, Serp, welcome to the show. And what have you been up to?
Thank you so much for having me. I've been great. I think a lot's been, I don't know, when's the last time I came by?
A long time ago.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. So like if we're following the galaxy's timeline, there's been an entire sequel trilogy since you've come on.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm just trying to think. I think it was, I want to say October. No.
You just made partner.
Oh my gosh, that's February, March. Yes.
Like a year ago.
Yes.
Yeah, a year ago.
No. Why did I say October? Yeah. No, February, March, give or take. That's insane. That's close to a year.
Yeah.
And I know we were speaking about like periodically, like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Let's plan it again. But obviously scheduling and whatnot. So I'm so happy that, like, you know, I'm fortunate to be back here. And it's been a while.
We're so happy you're here.
No,
Hell yeah.
It's been amazing.
So,
I've been amazing.
So tell us, what have you been up to?
What have you been up to since the last time I've been on the Working Class Nerds? Well, I think the last time I was here, we were just speaking about, you know, partnership being achieved and what the outlook was for that. And at the time, I think we were still streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It's also when Manda was wrapping up.
Yes.
Bad Batch was coming into place.
Worst show ever.
Before our charity stream. I remember that because we did have a charity stream on May the 4th with Guardians of the Order and we raised, if I'm not mistaken, over $7,000 for St. Jude, which was one of the most incredible opportunities.
Very cool.
You know, I think that one was probably one of the most memorable moments that I was able to experience on Twitch, let alone with some of my closest friends. And since then, I believe, you know what I mean, I transitioned. Yeah, I think that was when the transition began. Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a really special place in my home, you know, in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, the game it's Star Wars at the end of the day. You know what I mean? No matter how far you go away for it, it's always going to be in your heart and you're always going to love it. It was very rough. Battlefront 2, the position it was in with no more content updates. I had a good relationship with the modders. I was in multiple Discord servers. I had multiple daily contact with a lot of them. I commissioned them for mods. Das Assassin, who is an incredible person. He makes, in my opinion, each their own. He makes probably the most top quality mods. And if you're listening to not knowing what I'm referring to, the game Star Wars Battlefront 2 had no more content updates. So what's keeping the game alive is these cosmetic mods that are included in the game. As a Star Wars fan, being able to bring characters into life such as Fennec Shad, Hondo, Omega, Moff Gideon, all these characters that were never included in the game, it was such a cool opportunity to actually be able to play as them, replacing old heroes. And, you know, it was a really great thing to have these mods, but I'm going to be honest with you, like with 2,500 hours in the game, no more content updates, becoming the same repetitiveness every day. It was more so like a burnout for me.
I know that feeling all too well.
100%.
Yeah, it was a burnout for me. And like, I didn't really, like, I still love the game, but like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I play it sometimes, like off stream, or I'll join other streamers. I'll join Chronic before and whatnot. But if I play it longer than 3 hours, I can't touch it for another 2 more weeks. I just can't I can't do it anymore. Like it just doesn't. It gives me a headache because of like every single time I go in, there's a hacker or there's a stream sniper or there's something, and there's, you know what I mean. It's just unfortunate the state that it's in. Considering that it's just like, there's this glitch going around like where you have to leave the lobby because you can't die in the lobby because you're stuck at 1 HP. It's unfortunate because the potential that a game like this has or had is out the roof because it's Star Wars. It's a multiplayer game, and DICE and DICE decided to put all their love and energy into Battlefield 2042, which is incredible, but they left that game in the dust.
That's a terrible game.
Okay, all right. You know what? Listen, I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Yes, it had a horrible release. But you know what I mean? I'm saying like more so in the sense like, oh, that's great for them, but like, you know what I mean? You lost the opportunity of Star Wars, and it doesn't seem to be on the radar for them.
I think so. Where I think Battlefront 2 went wrong was because they had the bad publicity. EA was influenced by Disney and was like, whatever content you're going to have, release it for free. If they released it and made you pay for the upgrades or the content, the new maps and stuff like Call of Duty or any of the other games, almost like a season pass, it would have been okay and it would have been in a good state. The problem is I think the Star Wars IP licensing is so expensive that DICE was like, look we can't make any more content for this because there's no money because a licensing fee is so much money. And then they had to make the hard decision where I think they made the wrong decision, because what they should have done is they should have come out with a giant pack, because there's still so much they could do with that game and they could have made the money, but instead they went to Battlefield because it's their baby. But again, like so many studios, I think they bit off more than they could chew. And EA being EA and other studios, instead of saying, look this game is not ready, just wait.
Yeah.
Like it's not ready. Like it's a brand new game. Like there's no, what's worse, releasing a game in holiday 2021 and it's sucking and nobody buying it, or waiting until spring of 22 and the game being awesome and everybody buys it?
Well, notice because of the pandemic, a lot of the games were delayed. Lego Star Wars was delayed. Halo was delayed. Halo, a little bit.
Yeah,
Halo was delayed a little bit. New World was delayed.
Final Fantasy 14's expansion got a 2-week delay.
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Old Republic got a 9-week delay, and they had 3 years to plan for it.
Yeah.
So it's I get it.
Yeah. So a lot of games were delayed, unfortunately, and that's just due to the circumstances we're living in right now. But it was just unfortunate with this entire situation with Battlefront, just because of the lost potential. And
I'm sorry, I am not a game dev. But I'm a cabinet maker and I build cabinets. So if I rip out your kitchen and I tell you it's going to take 10 weeks and it's not done in 10 weeks, sorry, it's not ready yet. You're going to fucking choke me. Like, the thing I don't understand is, I understand delays. I understand it, but hear me out. Devs work on a computer, right? Pandemic happened. Okay, so there was a couple week delay. People started to work from home. Get your computers to home. It's the same computer you had in the office set up at your house. So, like, do you need like a special armrest for the mouse to do your job? Like, I don't get it.
That simple. Because don't forget, they have to. It's not like they can connect it to their regular internet. You know what I mean? Like, all of their computers, I'm sure, are on secured special networks. I know BioWare have said that. Like, when we had Jackie on, he said, like, yeah, you can't work from home like that. Even if you bring the actual device home, you have to then it's different. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I work from home and I use a special ultra secure VPN to log into the hospital's internet that I work on, and that's got to be super secure too. I can't imagine that's too much less secure than a game dev's internet network. You know what I mean?
And I guess I just don't understand it enough, and I sound like I'm being a dick. But I guess what I'm saying is out of all the games that kept delaying, Final Fantasy 14 just delayed 2 weeks, and they came out with the biggest expansion. It's like 80 hours of story content plus all the extra shit, and they're just good to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess for me, it it's not. I don't know. I guess I just don't understand the delays.
I understand that. I mean, I do believe. Am I coming in okay?
Yeah, are you?
Okay.
Are we glitching?
No. I think we should be good. Just double check.
Okay.
Well, it's so we're using Nick's bandwidth. So
Ah,
yeah, Nick's camera is wicked.
that's what I saw. Yeah, okay. I was just
Yes.
looking. Just double
Yeah,
checking.
Nick's camera's like glitching like crazy.
Oh,
What Nick said though, I do agree. Like in the terms
It's his
of like,
bandwidth.
Yeah.
right? Gotcha. What Nick said though, I did agree. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do agree. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure the type of software that you needed for this type of job may not be accessible to home at home. And not only that, you also have to consider like, you know, if one person, you know, receives this virus and has to take a leave, well, that one person, and we'll get into this later, but me being a part of what Sea of Thieves is with Rare isn't a large team. Rare is a smaller team owned by Microsoft, but each piece of this team, it's like one family, and each piece of this team is what makes it unique and what makes it special. So if one person needs to take a leave, it can actually affect a lot, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
It does.
So there is reasons for this delay, but I totally understand both POVs on this for sure.
I guess because of my world, there's certain room for error, but like you can't, like I don't know. I guess I'm just an asshole. I'll just leave it there.
No, you're not.
No, I know I'm not.
You're being a little different. It's not you're not being an asshole. We have a more nuanced way to describe this type of behavior now in 2022. It's called being a Karen. You want to speak to the manager. Your coffee's not ready when you pre-ordered it at Starbucks.
My coffee's always ready. They just pour the iced coffee in, add some ice cubes, splash a tad of cream in it, and I'm out the door. I'm not getting a caramel macchiato latte, light soy milk, a little bit of skim milk, 2 shots of Splenda, and a little whipped cream. You know what I mean?
I actually want half fat-free whipped cream and half regular.
Exactly. But no, I guess for me, I look at shit as excuses, right? In my job, in my career, it's a no bullshit world. Like I can't bullshit you. Your cabinets are either done or they're not. Oh, well, we're almost there. I'm delayed, but like I have had delays, but
either have screws and hinges and stuff in the wood,
exactly.
or you don't.
Yeah, like you ordered your kitchen 6 months ago, and I started building it, but I forgot to order the screws.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but at the same time, like I understand, and I don't know anything about game development, and all the game devs hate me for saying all this stuff. But I guess the hardest part for me is I have yet to meet game devs, except the Final Fantasy 14 guys, that are honest about what's going on. Like the guy, whoever runs Final Fantasy 14, he had a video conference, and he was like in tears, like, look at this is wrong. 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 This is why we're delaying 2 weeks. I am so sorry. In the 10 years that this game has been out, I've never delayed an expansion. I'm so sorry. But like you ask BioWare and they're just like smoke in the air, smoke out of their ass. You know what I mean? Like Blizzard too. Like it's just corporate bullshit. And I guess I just don't live in that kind of world.
I respect that.
You know?
Yeah, I respect that.
You know, that could be too if EA is like publicly traded, like things like explaining why something's getting delayed might change stock values. You know what I mean? As people are using that info to trade. So like the more they say, the more it could impact their actual like value as a company.
Like what happened this week.
Yeah.
Was to Sony. Sony lost $20 billion.
Right. $1 billion. We're doing the Dr. Evil Pinky thing, but
yeah. Anyway, Nick, what have you been up to?
So yesterday I watched the Book of Boba Fett episode 4, which we won't talk about because Marcus is lame and didn't watch it yet. But it's epic.
I can't believe you haven't watched it.
Okay, so just so everybody knows that when you come on stream or in the Discord, you guys tell me to suck less.
Get it done.
My daughter got COVID, and I've been dealing with that. She's sick, and I work like a fucking animal, and Is that the world's smallest violin?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Nick, know that fucking plant you bought me? I'm going to shove it up your ass.
Wait, has Serp seen that?
I have not.
Oh, so Marcus, let me quick recap. For Christmas, Marcus and I came up with this idea. Hey, let's buy each other $20 worth of scratch tickets and then a under $15 gag gift, something completely ridiculous. So for the gag gift, he bought me toilet fishing. It's fishing on the toilet. It's like a little blow up pool with like a plastic rod and fish and like little plastic fish you can hook. Just completely preposterous. Another thing we were thinking of was like, I don't know, like a calendar that had like all dogs pooping for your desk as the photos, which was funny. And what I got Marcus was...
and Carrie took it out of here because she didn't want the kids to see it because I don't have a shelf for it. So do you know what a chia pet is?
I've heard of... Yeah, I remember those. That was... Oh my gosh. Those were...
All right, so picture like a potted chia pet plant, but on the end, there's an 8-inch cock with balls, ceramic balls sticking out of it.
And the little fake plant is like the...
If you watch... So I had to delete the VOD off Twitch because we did it live on the Working Class Nerds Christmas special. Yeah. But I think the clip of me taking it out is still there because like I just don't have the heart to remove it. And if Twitch bans me for having a planted dick, I guess it would just... It is what it is.
Jeez Louise.
I'll dig back and see if I can find the clip and toss it in the chat. We can watch it on break, but anyways, so Book of Boba Fett's awesome. I've also been playing a lot of Halo Infinite. I'm playing it on stream and like the multiplayer a lot in like my free time, which is sweet because like I've not been a Halo person for years and years and years. I was never a big Halo guy, and then like I started playing Infinite just to give it a real like chance, and it dawned on me, which is it's gonna sound stupid, but it dawned on me that this is a completely different style of shooter than Call of Duty. And back when I was younger and first tried Halo, I didn't get that. You know what I mean? So I'm really enjoying the Halo Infinite multiplayer a lot. They've got a new event out that's like all cyberpunk themed, which is cool. So I've almost got the thing that I actually want, which is on level 5. It's like this crazy like holographic visor that goes in the front of your helmet. Slate blue. That's cool. That's level 5, and I got to level 3 today. So not to shit. I'm almost there. I almost got the cool stuff.
Wait, you're only level 3?
No. I'm level like 25 in the actual battle pass of the event. Like they have like a battle pass overall.
I see. And
then like they have little events that like this goes till January. Usually it's like a week or two. January 31st.
Ooh, that's my birthday. You can
unlock that stuff. Yes. But yeah, so on stream I'm playing the campaign, which I'm also liking more than I initially did. So before the first 2 streams that I did of Infinite's campaign, I did the story mission, and then only did like the was trying to do as much side content as I could around it. And the side content gets a little bit monotonous. It's basically just clear out the Covenant from different bases and then go press the button. I was making a joke last episode. Yeah, it's just over and over. Kill all the Covenant. Press the button, find them on the map, collect stuff, and that's it. But
it must be killing you to play this game.
What do you mean?
Because this is not your style of game.
No, I thought it would be a little bit more RPG like. Like the only RPG elements that you get are you can find like upgrades to your abilities. So like an upgrade that makes your shield 15% stronger, or like an upgrade that makes your grapple shot like reload itself 10% faster or something like that.
Basically, your Hulk Smash goes from Hulk Smash 1 to Hulk Smash 2.
Exactly. So it's not real like mechanics changing. You know what I mean? Yes. It's just like, I don't know. Whereas like in Breath of the Wild, like whole mechanics change as you level up skills. But as an example, not Breath of the Wild, sorry, Horizon Zero Dawn. Whole mechanics change as you like change your upgrades and stuff. But I will say I played only the story missions essentially this last stream, and that's way more enjoyable because then you actually get like cool story content and like as to what the heck's happening in the story, and it's way less monotonous. So on stream I'm just going to stick to that and just only do the story missions, and then I'll try and get in like off stream and do a couple side missions so that I'm not under leveled when I go to do them on stream. But that's proving a way better and like an enjoyable time. And I think last stream was way more fun because of it. So also the Moonlight trailer came out, which I was pretty pumped about. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Serp, did you see that?
I don't think I saw that. No.
Are you
So-
a Marvel person?
I do more so Star Wars. It's always been more Star Wars for me. Like,
Yeah.
I like Marvel, but it's never like something that I'll go like crazy over. You know, I enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed Black Widow. Some of the new things that recently came out. I still need to watch the new Spider-Man. I've been planning on doing that and haven't had the time to, but
That's a
I
great
haven't had
movie.
time to go to the theaters. I actually, you know what? I might something this weekend. But no. Like, yeah, I love Marvels, but always been more Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is something I always went crazy over. Not necessarily Marvel always.
Yeah, this show I'm particularly excited about because it's completely unique from anything that is usually in Marvel's like wheelhouse. The overview of the character, at least from the comics, is he has a couple psychiatric things wrong with him. He's got dissociative identity disorder, or what used to be called like multiple personality disorder. So he has like 3 different personalities at baseline. One is like a regular dude that works in a Egyptian like museum. One
Walk
is
like an Egyptian.
one is like a mercenary that's like trained in all the martial arts, can shoot everything, and like a CIA spy type of dude.
Just
And
call him Jason Bourne.
And then I forget what the third one is, but
Crazy evil guy.
no, I don't know if that's the third one or if he had another regular person type third one. But so he's got dissociative identity disorder, so he's always confused as to what the heck happened. Like, did I do that? Did my other personality do that? On top of it, he's got a sleep disorder where he can't like figure out if he is dreaming this or if it's real life. So he can't distinct. So he's like constantly doesn't know what the hell's happening. He's like, am I this person? Am I dreaming? Am I not dreaming? Did I do that? Did this other person do that? And then to throw on top of that, he gets possessed by the Egyptian god of the moon, whose name I don't know. And that's when he becomes
Moon Man.
Moon Knight. So it's just like a Batman style character, like vigilante justice
Have
type
you
of guy.
seen the new Batman trailer?
Yes.
It's amazing.
The Batman, I'm really looking forward to that too.
So, question for you guys: Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like DC, but
Yeah.
I definitely prefer Marvel. I'm
There's
not
more
like
content for
anti.
Marvel.
I really, really, really like the premise of Superman. Like,
Yeah.
Superman is like this ultra strong guy, and he's invincible to everything except this rock. And like, it's his one weakness. It's kind of like me. My weakness is cheesecake. You put a cheesecake in front of me, I'm devouring it. No questions asked, right?
Yeah.
Superman, kryptonite, right? I like the whole story behind Superman. I love that. Batman, like, I like Batman. Don't get it wrong. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, a dude that just takes karate and puts on a suit and like decides to like help the world, cool. But like in reality, dude would be dead. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's got some crazy armor though.
Yeah, but have you ever seen the Adam West Batman? Like, that dude was wearing nylon.
Just spandex. Yeah.
Like a bullet would have killed that dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I mean,
anyway,
a wicked cool scene. I think it's the same cinematographer for this movie or something like that as Rogue One. And like, there's a scene in the trailer where like he's walking down a hallway and like a hail of gunfire, and the only light you see is the gunshots.
yeah.
And it's just like pinging off of his armor like crazy, and it looks like Vader. And then he just beats the shit out of all the thugs, and he looks like Vader down the hallway.
Well,
Like, where the only light is his lightsaber, the only light is the gun, and it's wicked, like intimidating looking.
if you have the best scene ever in all of Star Wars, there's no scene better than that moment.
Yeah.
Like, there's me. Hey Nick, take the data disk. Here you go. And you go.
Instant
Oh,
death.
Like, we're done. Like, go Nick. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Deuces. You know what I mean? Like, the greatest scene ever.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to recreate that if you have another chance to.
Yeah. So, I mean, this Batman in The Batman, played by Robert Pattinson, looks wicked cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. I like how it's like darker and gritty. It's like obviously leaning heavily on like the film noir thing, and it seems kind of like this version of Batman is not really going to be such a good guy. You know, he's got some like.
But that's who he is. He's not a good guy.
Yeah, which I like. I like the authenticity. Like, give me like anti-hero characters. You know, that's my shtick.
Serp, are you a Marvel or DC guy?
I'll take Marvel over.
Okay.
Just because there's way more content, I believe, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
some DC movies, like I love all like Batman: The Dark Knight is my favorite non-Star Wars film of all time. Favorite
Is
film
that
of
the
all
Heath
time.
Ledger Joker?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it
Hands
was
down, one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Yeah,
Agreed.
one of the most phenomenal performances of all time. The sacrifices he made. If you really, really go into depth, and if you really research like what he went through throughout that role, he locked himself in a hotel room for months, isolated himself, wouldn't eat, so he would drive himself crazy. So so he could fit into the role. Every stunt you see, anytime he gets punched, that scene with the interrogation room, those are real. Like, you know what I mean? Those aren't like those aren't like
real
fake.
punches.
Those are real bruises. Those are real hits because he wanted to feel pain when he did it. It was nuts. I don't think I've ever seen anyone put that much into a role before, and it's actually insane. It's incredible.
My question is I wonder, and I don't know this, right? Because he looked like he was fucked up, right? To get into that role. I wonder if being the Joker pushed him to do the drugs that killed him.
I heard he had problems before that.
I don't know.
I heard. I don't either, but I'm sure that certainly doesn't help.
Didn't help.
You know,
didn't help.
It can't possibly help to put yourself in like that type of a mental state.
But I didn't know that like he went through all that. But if you think about it, like think about some of the other actors that have done that. Look at was it Christian Bale?
Christian Bale's done some crazy.
Like how
body
many? Like he's gone
too.
skinny, he's gone fat, he's gone skinny, he's gone fat. Matthew McConaughey, same thing.
Yeah,
like crazy. And Joaquin, oh my god, Joaquin Phoenix, like what he went through for the Joker himself, like. But I think that's the difference. If you look at those two Jokers, and then you look at what is it, Jared Leto's Joker?
Oh God,
it looks like he walked out of his movie trailer and was like, "Hi guys, how's it going?
Slap some makeup on.
I'm gonna be the Joker." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't buy it nearly as much. It's right. You have to do a lot to make it like a unique character.
But then he did a really good job as Mysterio.
That's not Mysterio. Jared Leto's not Mysterio. That's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my God, I'm an
idiot. Come on, man.
Wow.
You've got a yellow card towards your nerddom right there.
Wow. I feel dumb. Anyways, moving on.
One more of those and your passes are getting
It's
revoked.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here.
We're all fine here.
Nick, what is your next game going to be for stream?
Oh, so Marcus, you were right. It is April 5th, by the way, so that might not work out too good. Unless I change when I do the birthday stream. But I was going to say Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga comes out on April 4th on my birthday, but it's actually the day after.
Well, that's okay.
I was going to stream it.
What day is April 5th? It's a Tuesday. So I'll stream the 4th. You stream the 5th. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
birthday
to be determined, but that would be cool to do a birthday stream with the Skywalker Saga.
Yes.
On the day it releases.
Well, but I'm sure you and everybody else on this planet is going to be playing that game.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to play a little bit. Like I never got super duper into the Lego Star Wars games, but like whenever you go over a friend's house as a kid and they had that, it's like you definitely were playing that because you could play co-op or just trade off levels. You know what I mean? It's such an easy jump in and jump out.
This is like, so the rumors are there's like 80 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
like you're going to go through the whole like you're going to pick the saga, the trilogy, and you're going to do the whole thing. And like, I heard it's like long.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It seems like it from the gameplay trailer that came out like yesterday or today.
Did you see the gameplay overview trailer? It was like 13 minutes of them explaining like everything you're going to be doing. And like the galaxy map is insane, dude.
Yeah. You can all the different planets and stuff and list of characters.
Yes. I think there's 200 characters
that are playable.
That you can play in free play mode. Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't do the story mode, but then afterwards you can go through in free play mode and play as anybody.
That's cool. You can like fight.
I want to be a sand person,
a Tuscan raider, or the Tuscan people,
the Pike killer.
Yes, dude, I can't believe you didn't watch episode 4. It's great. It's not. I don't know.
It's amazing.
So what do you think? Episode 2 or episode 4 was better?
Might be my favorite. I think it's my favorite.
4.
Yeah,
it's definitely a tough call.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, episode 2 is the best piece of Star Wars content since the Clone Wars. Like the single, like I sat in my seat and was like, this is Star Wars. Like
I don't know. There's some
everything else,
Mandalorian episodes that I love too.
not like that. That one hit here in my heart, in my Serp logo. Oh yeah, everybody, I'm a fanboy today. I have my Serp shirt on because I'm a wicked fanboy for Serp.
I think the episode was amazing. I obviously don't want to like. I'm trying to like think of words here without like
words to describe without
spoiling
things.
it. Yeah, but let's just say it was something special. It was really something special, and I feel like the direction it's heading in will set the tone for the rest of the season as well.
Agreed. I like how also all of the trailer footage that we saw in promo footage is like is done now. So like all the footage, anything we might have seen ends in this episode. So like now we really have like no Rockstar's breakdowns or anything like new Rockstar's breakdowns, or Screen Crush or whatever. Know anything about what's going to come next for the next 2 episodes.
Correct.
So that's exciting, and like the plot details, like certain things wrapped up. So like, okay, now what's going to happen? I'm looking forward to the next 2. That like it's obviously going to lead into another series, whether it's Ahsoka or Mando season 3 or something like that. It's going to like. I'm sure it's going to cliffhanger into something else that I'm super pumped about. But basically that's it for me. So Marcus, how's it going? And what have you been up to?
Oh my God. So I'm going to first say that I hate technology. Okay. I get in my new office. I'm streaming. I think it was like my first stream or second stream in the new office. I'm getting comfortable. I feel really good. And all of a sudden, like I just touched my webcam to show everybody this piece of art that I just hung up. And when I did, fucking camera went out. And then as soon as the camera went out, it must have like shorted out somehow. So the USB hub stopped working.
Wow.
Like shut down. Okay. So then, on top of all that, I had to shut off stream early, which it wasn't really early. I think I was just at the 2-hour mark, which is fine. But it's so frustrating when your shit doesn't work. Then, as soon as I changed the camera and like logged back in, everything was all banged up. Like everything.
What do you mean?
Like all of my settings were like reset, like it like reset everything in Streamlabs.
That's
obviously
weird.
Like all like the layouts were the same, right?
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things, you know? So I'm on a mission. So I'm in a wicked predicament. So before I was using the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, right?
Okay.
Which the Elgato Wave 3 microphone is amazing because it comes with the software. So you can control Discord, you can control your browser, you can control your music, you can control everything separately, all through Streamlabs, which, yes, Nick, if you want the mic, you can have it.
I like this one, but thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is, but it has the software in it. So now I'm trying to find a mixer that will do the same thing. The problem is the Go XLR only has one XLR port, and I need a minimum of 2 because of the podcast.
Oh, you mean which mixer you should get?
Correct.
Why don't you get the one that Kitty has?
Because it's $600.
Oh. I thought it was like 3.
If it was 3, I would have already bought it.
Yeah, because the Go XLR is about $200, right?
No, it's like, well, if I get the real Go XLR, it's $400. If you get the Go XLR Mini, it's $200.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
But like, the problem is we podcast most of the time in person. Like right now, we're not together, obviously, because
your
my
daughter
kid's sick.
COVID. Yeah,
right. But like most of the time, we do this separate. We do this together.
Right.
So like, I'm not going to buy a mixer that you can't plug your mic in.
Right. It doesn't make sense for me to sit next to you and not do that.
Right, exactly. So Roland, which is a crazy high-end
audio company. They make
audio
speakers
company
too, right?
Yeah. They have a mixer, but like I don't I don't know enough about it, and like I've been researching it, and they say it works really, really well, but it's meant for AV stuff, like
Okay.
HDMI, like audio, like video mixing. Like Randy would be want to use this mixer.
Yeah.
Where I'm a streamer and a podcaster, so I don't really need it. And everybody's saying that if you're just a streamer and a podcaster, this mixer is way overboard for you.
Okay.
Serp, you know of anything that would work?
When it comes to tech things, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the most savvy. I'll have to do some research for you, see what I can do on my end. But
well, I'm gonna find something. It's so frustrating, right? It's so frustrating, and it's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard because like I want it to be. I want to make it work because clearly I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how to make the mixer that I have work with how to integrate it with everything in my stream because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a 6-channel mixer here that we use for the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, I don't know what's going on with you, dude.
What?
Your camera and your like robot.
My sound is robotic?
No, but your audio is. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
That's what I'm saying. My audio sounds weird.
No, not right now.
Oh.
But I just was warning you. Anyways, so okay. On stream, I've been playing a shit ton of Destiny 2 as always, and I've been playing SWTOR, but I've been PvPing in SWTOR, which has been a lot of fun. It's just a different type of content that I'm not used to. You know what I'm saying? And it's something new and fresh. Because like Serp was saying about how he got burnt out on Battlefront 2, I am super burnt out on raiding in SWTOR. You know what I mean? And it's tough, man, because like I love doing it. I love raiding. I just right now I'm completely spent. Like I don't even want to do it. And like
I would for hundreds, if not thousands of hours.
Right. And like right now, like I did a story mode raid the other day, and afterwards I was like, I don't want to do that for weeks.
Yeah.
And that sounded like Serp this morning. Oh my God. About a half an hour ago. You know what I mean? And I don't know what to do because like I love raiding, but just a break is needed. And then, so I've been doing the SWTOR PvP. I'm leveling a character through PvP to try to get, so I can do the ranked version of it just as something new to do.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty fun. But one thing I will say that is insane is as 2022, oh my God, I can't say it.
2022.
Thank you. Is moving forward.
Saying that, man. That's the,
you're gonna have 2022.
2022. Another 11 months.
Yeah, 2022 is crazy. The Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, well, maybe Ahsoka, but Cassio, Andor. Andor's coming out. You've got this Moon Knight. You're going to have all the other content that's coming out. The games list that is coming out this year is out of control.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yes, that's coming soon, dude.
May, not
yes,
March.
But that's soon, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like before we blink, we're going to be sitting in the theater on opening night, and I'm going to devour the large popcorn by myself.
Again?
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's like everything that was delayed through 2020 and 2021, they're just like, fuck it. It's all coming out in 22. Get ready, everybody. Hold on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then the last thing I want to say is thank you to everybody. The amount of conversations that I have about you laughed about this episode or this clip of Working Class Nerds or in this Twitch stream. I thank everybody. The nerds community is so wholesome. Without you guys, like, I don't know what I would do because you guys, like, I'm a dad and gamer. I mean, a dad and cabinet maker by day, and I am a nerd by night, and my nerd life at night is thankful for all of you.
It's your escape.
And it's amazing. So today we got the big content drop for Destiny 2.
Okay.
March 5th, which is 2 or 3 weeks after the Witch Queen releases on February 22nd, 2022. So 2/22/22. The new raid is coming. They call it a TWAB this week at Bungie. And I think I said this before.
You
Nick,
just found out what that was?
Yes, I did just find out what that was. Nick, you want to read that first paragraph, and we're just going to touch base on it, and we'll move on.
Yeah. This week at Bungie, we're sweeping up some blues, so time's been flying by, hasn't it? Including the article you're reading today. Just 5 TWABs stand between you and the Witch Queen. We don't yet have the technology to enter a hypersleep that can bridge these gaps, but we do have the power to set some expectations on topics we'll be covering between now and then. This week, we'll be talking about power, blue drops, gunsmith reputation, some shifts in exotic sources, and more. Over the next few TWABs, we'll be talking Vanguard Rep, Gambit reworks, weapon crafting, and Void 3.0, but not necessarily in that order. Don't forget the patch note previews and additional weapon tuning details. It'll be a fun time, and hopefully we'll give you some things to chew on each week. We may even have a trailer or two to share with you before launch. If you haven't been on social media in the last week, you might have missed some bite-sized snippets of story.
So, go ahead.
Oh, so let's kick. Sorry, I was just zooming in so I could read easier.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kick things off with power and where your guardian will stand when it's time to embark on the Witch Queen's campaign. And then it keeps going.
Yeah. So basically, they talk about a lot of things that are changing, a lot of things and what stuff is going to cost. They talk about the Hawk Moon and the Dead Man's Tail because those are old guns, but the missions that they come from are no longer going to be available. So there was a lot of questions that if you're still going to be able to earn those guns, but they will. There's a bunch of other stuff that they talked about. But I want to just read. Hold on one sec. Nick, I need you to read what I just highlighted. This is about the raid because I am going to be raiding first week of the release. I don't know if I'll be doing day one raid because I'm terrible at the game, but the goal is to have a week one team so we can go in there and experience the raid because as all of you know, Destiny to me is like the best of both worlds. Like Nick and I grew up gaming, playing Call of Duty together, talking smack in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. Like where there was no mute button and people were taking poops while they were playing video games, or you hear the mom screaming in the background. You know what I mean?
That happened to me today in Halo. There's no
way. Wait. I need this story. Let's go.
So there's no way to mute somebody mid-match in Halo Infinite. What? At least not on PC. I literally looked it up. People on Reddit are freaking out. How we not had this update yet? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can't. So like once you're in the match, you can't mute somebody else's mic. So somebody wasn't talking.
Hilarious.
And then all of a sudden, like, there was like static, like they moved. It was like, I think it was a girlfriend being like, get off that fucking game, blah, blah, blah. Literally that.
Hey, I was like, oh my God. Hey, newsflash. That was Marissa yelling at Nick.
That's actually hilarious.
But it sounded like she like smacked the headset and then like started yelling is what it sounded like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was like, I had to do the 1 year out, 1 year in because it sounded weird, but
yes.
Anywho. Destiny scratches your like quick.
Oh yeah,
like,
so
easy.
So,
shooter game
so like
and also
I love first-person shooters and I love MMOs, and Destiny does both for me. So it's like molded the two things that I love so much together, and it's has enough content because I'm newer that it's like really keeping me busy, and like I'm learning so much that I feel like I'm almost at max level, but like I feel like I still have so much to learn because I'm not as I'm an aggressive player as like others, but I love it so much. And now that like so many people that I know have started playing it, so like any given night there's new people or just a new group of people that no matter when I'm playing, there's always somebody to play with. And if you guys know me, I love, like Nick loves a single player RPG because he gets lost in it, like the worst games ever, like Fallout. But me,
Or Skyrim. It's also great.
right? Like I always wanted
That's
to try that Fallout 76 because I could play
Yeah.
with Nick. Like
I
would
wonder
play
if
that
it's
game.
better now.
Oh, it's awesome. People say it's amazing now. They fixed all of the stuff.
Oh, good.
But
Maybe I'll look
anyway,
into it.
Yeah. So
So,
like we can play
rating
that
is-
as co-op. Anyways, so and what one thing that Destiny has is raids.
So save the raid date. The Witch Queen has a new raid. Surprising. No? While we still have a bit of time before the world first race begins, we wanted to get a rally flag planted in the sand for when you should expect to be taking on the challenge. Destiny 2, the Witch Queen redacted raid is March 5th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
So what is that real time? 11, 12, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I like that you just counted on your fingers.
Shut up, Nick. Oh, I forgot the camera's on. God damn it.
We'll have it says we'll have additional details on contest mode, Bungie rewards, and other need to know information closer to the date. Until then, get in those time off requests. If you're still in school, we do not advise faking sick notes from doctors or lying to your parents to stay home. Go to class, do your homework, ace those tests, be a good student. Conquer the raid boss, that is the essay due next week. Raid prep can be an evening activity. We'll be proud of you either way. Okay, can I just say these like this week from Bungie updates are way better than anything BioWare's ever put out for updates.
Ever.
These
Ever.
are way better.
Comedy.
This
Like-
is great.
And what they're saying is, hey, nudge, nudge, if you're in school, you ain't going to school that week. Ask
Exactly.
your teachers for your homework early.
Right. Just
Do
you know,
your-
in college you can do that. Most of the time they're agreeable. Like, hey, do you have any homework for these days? I'm not going to be, or like even an exam. If like I had to fly to I flew to Florida every year for a paintball tournament with the UConn paintball team.
Right.
And when I was usually gone like at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if I had an exam on one of those days, I would just go to my professors and be like, hey, can I take it early? You know, or take a different version early or late or something like that. And usually if you offer to take an exam early, they're like, oh, you want to take it earlier than everybody else? Like, yeah, obviously you can. So it's pretty agreeable. Pro tip for college students if you're trying to
tip. So
get
basically
something done or
yeah,
leave or whatever.
Basically get ready to raid.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Man, I don't know where I put it. Oh, I forgot. In SWTOR news,
There is none.
do you guys hear that? Crickets. Moving on. And there, oh my God, there's so, like, that's the thing. So
What are you scrolling through right now? All of
the TWAB.
Oh, I see.
So there's so much to do. Like, I'm so excited. So I'm going to say before Witch Queen comes out, we will be doing a bonus Witch Queen episode. Nick may not be here for that. It might just be a me thing, but we are going to do a bonus episode with guests unknown next week. Oh, we have the Guardian Down podcast, guys. They're a couple dads like me. They play Destiny and they have a podcast and it's hilarious. So if you guys want to check them out before next week's episode, please listen to the Guardian Downcast. Anyways, okay. Do you guys want Star Wars? Not Star Wars. I'm sorry, you guys. Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard.
Yes.
Video Game Outsiders. It was a podcast. I turned it on and I had to send Nick the link and I said, listen to the first 2 minutes. Like they started off, they had like, you know, the old school, like air horns in the sky, like bombs are coming or nuclear bombs are coming.
Not air horns, air raid sirens.
Yeah, the air raids. And the guy is screaming at the top of his lungs, like, this is the biggest podcast we've ever done. Screaming. And everybody's like, no, it's not. And he's like, the whole world is changing. So Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion.
With a
Go.
B. Well,
So wait, Serp.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think it's huge. First of all, because it's meaningful to me because I used to play World of Warcraft growing up. That was my childhood game.
Oh, we remember you started playing it when you were 7.
Yeah, I played it for years and years and years and years, since Classic, Burning Crusade, Lich King, everything. And like, to see something like that, and to see like what I'm playing full time now and streaming full time now, Sea of Thieves, and to see like the two worlds like combined, it's like not necessarily saying that it's going to be a crossover or anything like that, but like it's pretty special in my opinion. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, just seeing it, it's like it's huge. It's huge. And I know there's been things that have been, on and off with Blizzard over the last few years and whatnot. So to see some like light in it, and to see some light with Microsoft, a very big company, and which personally I love representing myself, you know, having my childhood involved now, it's like, I don't know, it's special, feels like
Yeah.
at home.
Is Sea of Thieves a part of Microsoft?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, holy cow.
Yeah. Owned by Rare. Well, the developers are Rare, but Rare is under Microsoft.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, here's the thing that I'm excited for, right? Is that finally, like, it actually makes a difference now. IGN actually said it perfectly. They said it's no longer a console war, it's a content war.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like Sony for years, like, put steroids in their arms and they got all jacked. Yeah, we've got the best exclusive.
Yeah.
And they did, right? So in the beginning, in the early PlayStation days, you had the Spyros and the Crash Bandicoots. Then you had the Xboxes, and you had the Fables and the Halos.
Yeah.
And, what was that game? Crackdown and Forza and Gran Turismo with Sony. But then over the course of, like, I would say the end of the PlayStation 3 with like SOCOM and all that, it really kicked into high gear with the PlayStation 4.
Exclusives.
The exclusives were
like
incredible.
Yeah. Obviously God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
the
to name
list
a
goes
few
on.
big ones. There's a ton of them, but
like a ton. But where I am excited for this for a few reasons. What I'm excited for, forget about the exclusives. 2 words: Game Pass.
right.
So you can pay $15 a month and get any game you want on Game Pass. Like, yes, you don't own the game, but you play it as long as you want to play it. And all of it, like, you download it onto your hard drive. Your save files go into a separate save file. So even if you delete the game from your hard drive because you don't play it anymore, you save your save file. So if you re-download it later, you get to play the game where you left off. You know what I mean? And it's going to change the way we game. Now, here's the big questions. Call of Duty is the most. So what's the number one game that was sold on PlayStation last year? Call of Duty. So is Microsoft going to say, hey, Xbox and PC exclusive game?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But all of the first party games will. But see, what I like about Microsoft or their business model, they don't actually care about the Xbox console.
Right.
Like, they have it because they have to. They care about it it comes out on day one. Most of their releases, like Halo Infinite, day one was available on Game Pass, PC, and the console. Winning.
Yeah, I think their goal is just to get people in that Microsoft, like, I don't know what the real word for it is, but like universe or like space, if you will, like the Microsoft store, just being involved in the Microsoft like universe or whatever, like having a Microsoft account. Your Microsoft account is linked between your PC games and your
Xbox.
Purchase well, if you don't even need an Xbox or whatever, so they don't care about if you're playing on a console or whatever, but they just want you involved in Microsoft because then that might lead to other purchases and like other stuff for you to be involved in with Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Here's the next thing. Does Battle.net, the Activision launcher, become the launcher for all Microsoft games? Because the BattleNet is awesome.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Because why would they ever put it on their Microsoft store when people already have BattleNet?
BattleNet.
All
I mean,
they
I'd
have to do is
imagine
upload their games, and they can keep it BattleNet. Just upload every Microsoft game they have. Because that launcher works fantastic.
Yeah, I like
So
BattleNet
this
a lot.
chat, like other than Steam, BattleNet works the best.
Yeah, agreed. Steam and BattleNet are the two best. I don't know. See, like I feel like they're going to keep a lot of stuff the same initially, and then slowly roll stuff out. What I'm pretty pumped about is like quality control stuff. Like I'm sure, like I know Activision has terrible like HR problems with like their lawsuits with like their sexual misconduct things and all that, but also like a lot of the Call of Duty, at least with Vanguard and a little bit with Cold War releases, Vanguard is just like a shell of a Call of Duty game and is terrible and super buggy and stuff, but also has like way less content. So I'm hoping with this purchase you get a little bit more like quality control or like an up in quality on top of the fact that what you're saying, Marcus, this becomes like a content war, not necessarily just like selling consoles. And like that's just great for us consumers, right? Because now I'm hoping to see that I'm hoping that these games will be polished at launch and not, disasters. Because at least Sony has put out like with the three big exclusives that I can think of, God of War, Spider-Man PS4, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Like those were super polished games from the start, and also happen to be great games. So I'm hoping with like some oversight from Microsoft between Bethesda and Activision, you get some epic, polished, finished games at launch. So to avoid like, what happened with Battlefield 2042, what happened with Cyberpunk, what happened, you know what I mean? A lot of games that come out recently, all games that have been coming out recently have been disasters at launch.
So true.
So like
Serp,
basically fraudulent in my opinion.
Serp, how does Sea of Thieves work? Like, do you buy the game and then that's it? You're done?
So personally, I have it on Steam. However, you could purchase it on Xbox. Like, obviously, it is a Microsoft product, so it is only available on Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
So you can either install it through Microsoft or Steam. Those are like the main two ways, and you just have to have an Xbox account linked with it. Basically, in a nutshell, it's very simple.
But is it buy it once and you're done?
Yeah, that's what I did.
One-time purchase. Yeah, just
didn't you play it, Marcus?
I bought it, and I think I played it once.
Well, it's time to play it twice.
Well, I would play it. Listen, Serp, I'd play any time with you. If we set up a time and we said, hey, January 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're playing Sea of Thieves, I would 100% do it. Like,
you got to schedule it because you're busy.
It just has to be scheduled. I'm not opposed to playing anything. I'm the king of the play it once or twice and hang it up game guy.
Right.
I even bought the strategy guide. I haven't said that in a long time.
I know. Have you, sir? Do you know the backstory of that? Quick sidebar.
No, I do not.
So Marcus used to only play Star Wars: The Old Republic, and basically that's it. So it literally, like, even off stream and whatever. So like, he would buy like the big popular games as they would come out, Call of Duty or like Red Dead Redemption 2, or whatever it was, and buy the strategy guide as a way to like motivate himself to like play more than once. But it never worked. So he always just had like a shelf of strategy guides of games that he never played or played for 2 hours, and that was it.
There's so many. So as I've unpacked my office, as I've talked about, like all my art is starting to come out. I haven't seen it in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
As I'm doing this, I found like the Rubbermaid totes.
Yes.
I found a Rubbermaid tote that legit has 30 strategy guides, hard covers, like quality stuff. Like I have the Mass Effect 1, 2, 3 hardcover strategy guides, Assassin's Creed, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2. I have the Explorer's Guide for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like if you name a game that came out that was like super hype, I probably have the strategy guide for it. I even have, I have the strategy guide for Mortal Kombat 2 for the Sega Genesis. I have the strategy guide for NBA Jam, which I hand wrote all of the codes for it. So like if you want to play as Hillary and Bill Clinton, you can. like the Ultimate War or Hulk Hogan and somebody else. Like all of the codes are there. And I found the Game Genie book from way back in the day. Like it was like Nostalgia Town. And then I found a picture of me when I was like 17 and I had spiked hair. Yeah. And I had big silver loops in my ears and I was like 140 pounds soaking wet. Yeah, I was like,
Marcus is 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'2".
6'2".
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's a toothpick.
Yeah, well, I was then. Yeah, cocaine is a powerful drug. Anyways, moving on.
Did you play any sports growing up?
What'd you say?
Did you play any sports growing up?
Yeah, I played. I was I don't want to say not world class, but like I was a premier soccer goalie. Which
nice.
Nick forever talks so much shit about soccer. He told me I was such a pussy to play soccer.
I know
all the time. He did, no joke. And now he loves soccer so much, but he loves the worst fucking team on the planet.
No
like
way.
They can eat shit every day of the week, and I would love it.
Dude, they're the most Massachusetts Boston soccer team ever. It's Liverpool.
No,
it's the best team.
Nope. Anyways, so I did play soccer. Like when I was a kid, I played basketball. But honestly, sir, it's really weird. I like to play video games with friends. I like to hang out with friends. But when it comes to sports, I like the solo sports.
I respect that.
You know what I mean? Like I skateboarded and I was an amateur skateboarder and it was fucking awesome. Like entering skate contests, doing all that crazy shit. The worst is smashing your balls on handrails and stuff, but or smashing your head on like coping on a half pipe. That shit sucks. But at the same time, like that was my sport. But then like later in life, I don't want to say, later, early adulthood, but like later as like in your sports career, I found tournament paintball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I really love that because that is where a place where like my qualities as a person, like a motivational guy, right?
Yeah.
I bring positivity, like excitement and stuff. And I found like I thrived in that field. And by the time like my career ended when my daughter wasn't born, but it was the last season, like I got really good at it. And I miss it to the day. But like that was really like the one team sport that I loved.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of the traditional sports because I think like traditional sport coaches and me don't mold because I learn a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Serp? And I know you were like D1 college basketball player and all that, but like you ever have a coach that just you didn't mesh with?
like multiple?
Yeah, exactly. And now, you know what I mean? So it's tough. Anyways, my last thing on the Activision purchase is now Microsoft owns ZeniMax, which is all the Elder Scrolls stuff and all that stuff. Now they own ID Software, which makes Doom, and they own Call of Duty and all of the Blizzard games.
Yeah,
here's
Overwatch,
Overwatch, Diablo. Here's my big question for you guys. World of Warcraft right now, okay, has a $15 a month subscription fee.
Okay.
What if you pay $15 a month and you get the content for free? Talk about Game Pass blowing up. Or if they said you pay $15, but then your WoW subscription is only $5 a month on top of that.
Interesting.
Well, because they're going to do something with it. They're going to have to do something with WoW because their mindset is put the games in players' hands. Or what if they put, and I'm not saying today, what if they put World of Warcraft on console?
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know either, but Final Fantasy did it. Elder Scrolls did it.
Right.
An MMO.
Well, you can play Elder Scrolls Online and Final Fantasy 14 with a controller.
Like on a console. Yeah.
On a console.
Which is cool.
But
I don't know how you could add that as after it's already live. Like, I don't know what that entails. It seems a little.
I don't know either. I'm just thinking outside the box because World of Warcraft is the only out of the box game for Microsoft.
What do you mean out of the box game?
Well, because there's a subscription.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
There's a subscription. So that Like, do they just keep the subscription and it's not on Game Pass? Because pretty much they've already come out and said all of the games that we're acquiring will be on Game Pass day one.
Well, that's sweet.
So then they have to stick to that then, of course.
Right. So what? But are you going to pay for Game Pass and have to pay your WoW subscription?
I would imagine that might be the only exception to the Game Pass rule because it's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their payment. That's their like model for an MMO like that. But I don't think that's unreasonable to have Game Pass and then WoW on top of it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I'm with you 100%. I just don't know. And that I wanted to ask your opinions on it.
I mean, for me, I don't know about you, sir, but for me, I'm way more excited about like all of the backlog of games that are now going to be on Game Pass. Like all the old Call of Duties, all of the old Bethesda titles, all of the, you know what I mean, that you can just access for free or not for free, but free with Game Pass. That's a lot of stuff to get on there now.
I mean, the whole thing, all in all, is just like incredible for, I mean, like I said earlier, just specifically for me growing up, you know what I mean? Like seeing like my childhood game come to play with the game that I'm streaming now. It's like, I don't know, it's like magical for me in a way, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm excited what's to come. I feel like that'll all be announced in due time and shared. But I'm actually really curious to see that part of things. It's good points though, for sure.
When I'm gonna, Nick's birthday's coming, I'm gonna message his girlfriend and be like, just buy him a year subscription to Game Pass, because that is going to be forever content for him to stream.
It's a good point.
You know what I mean? Because Nick, you're not buying the game. Like, let's say you wanted to play Tomb Raider and you play it once on stream and you're like, this isn't really tickling my fancy. Even though I think Tomb Raider would really be a game for you.
That would be probably pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't feel like playing it. What's the next game on Game Pass? You have an endless supply of games that you can play, and it just costs $15 a month.
Yeah, that's sweet.
You know what I mean? Especially for a guy like you who plays a story and then moves on to the next game.
Whoa,
G does that.
Rainbow Six Extraction is going to be on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, day one.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking through it right now.
Of Game Pass games?
Yeah, Halo Infinite, Sea of Thieves, obviously, Destiny 2,
all of
Mortal Kombat,
all Microsoft first studio games on day one are available on Game Pass.
Wow!
But what does that do
Flight
to change?
Simulator?
Yes,
the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I was blown away by it. But something else that I'm really excited for is, with all the bullshit that Activision Blizzard has gone through over the year, right? With all the drama, and we're not getting into that. It's nice that it's finally it's going to be like a new start, even though Microsoft does not need the money, but it's going to be like a new start for the company and all the employees. Some of your bosses might still be there, but I'm guessing Microsoft is going to go in there and clean house.
Yeah.
If you were a part of the drama, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'd imagine that as well. Which, unless it's deserved, I don't want people losing jobs. But I would imagine they're going to clean up a lot of.
Well, if you were an asshole, the Reaper is coming.
Yeah,
what's the rule, Nick? What's the one rule I live by?
Oh, in our Discord, all
or
the
just
chats.
Life.
Just
you
don't
follow
be a
this
douchebag.
one rule, you're good for life.
Right. Just don't be a douchebag. That's all you got to do.
Thank you.
That's it.
In AIE news,
Monday nights
are for Master Mode Flashpoints. 9 p.m. Eastern. Mal will run you through them and help you earn some special mounts that you can only get from running the hardest version of the Flashpoints. So that happens the first Monday of every month. What about Tuesdays, Nick?
Tuesdays are the place to be in AIE. Tuesdays are our fun open guild night called Mandatory Fun Night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. That runs every single Tuesday in Star Wars: The Old Republic from 9 p.m. Eastern time till whenever things are done.
11 p.m.
11 p.m. And it's awesome. It's inclusive. It's great for experts and beginners alike.
No, yes. And this week, it's Total Galactic War. They are going after a planet. Yep. And jump on the pub side. If you're listening to this, we probably only have the weekend to go, but help get conquest points so we can conquer a planet. Nick, do you know what Saturday is?
Well, it's not. It's a special Saturday. It's the 4th Saturday.
The 4th, not the 5th?
No, only if it's the 4th Saturday. Serp, do you know what 4 Saturdays sounds like? That's a lot of Saturdays.
It's a lot of Saturdays, indeed.
That sounds like Saturday, and it's Mega, the monthly Epic Guild activity, where we'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge. Mega.
This has been going on for a year or more, and it still gets me every single time.
Yeah, it's great.
So this month's Mega. This
month?
month's Mega will be Saturday, January 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing the Mega World Boss Hunt. We're going to cover the galaxy and kill as many world bosses as we can. So make sure you come join us.
And if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. Get our Discord information, the link for which you can find in the top right-hand portion of the website, and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars The Old Republic or any of the other games that we play, we would love to have you.
Nick, well, I see it's really weird not sitting next to you. So I can't see your leg going a million miles an hour, or you're like bebopping. You got to pee.
Yes. As always, I do, so we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking with Serp, seeing what he's been up to, asking him some spicy, in-depth questions. Marcus, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, so since the last time you were on the show, you have gone through a lot of changes.
Right.
And I've noted some. You stopped playing, so you achieved partner.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
That was the last time you were on the show. You stopped playing Battlefront 2. You started to play Sea of Thieves. You became a Sea of Thieves partner. Now you're streaming more than ever with more viewers than ever on Battlefront 2. And my last statement is, what the fuck is a Twitch drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So like, let's start off. Like, I know you mentioned it earlier about how you stopped playing Battlefront 2 because of
Correct.
the content.
Correct.
But what made you pick Sea of Thieves?
You know, I remember in around the time of like February when we achieved Twitch partnership, Dr. Chronic, Mr. Bofian, and Warrior myself every 2 weeks, every 2 to 4 weeks, we would do squad streams. So we'd always try to find like a new squad stream so we could all do together, find a new game. And, you know, we were huge fans of The Longest Johns, who's sings sea shanties. The music is incredible. Fellow Sea of Thieves partners as well. And I don't know, we just had this one day, we were like, let's just play Sea of Thieves. And I'm like, okay, I'll host it. It's my turn to host. Let me host it. So I played it that one time, didn't know a thing about the game. But something just attracted to me about it. And something in me was like, okay, like, I don't know why, but like, you don't ever know that. It's like, you ever know that feeling when you enter a new game and it's like, you're a new player and like, there's so much to learn. It's like the best feeling in the world when you're like brand new. There's no better feeling in the world than it. And I was like, okay, I want to get good at this game. I want to grasp this game. And I don't know why, but I had a passion for it. I just loved the game. And so I just started playing it all the time. And that was also when my love for Battlefront 2 started to kind of, dwindle a little bit. And it was bad because like I would take days off because like I would not know what to stream. I would be like, I don't want to stream Battlefront today. And I would just end up taking the day off, working on a few things, and find myself just thinking about Sea of Thieves. And like I decided one day, most streamers take it different. First of all, before I like get into anything, like transitioning is one of the most difficult things in streaming. There's fears that streamers have, whether some people will admit it or not. Number one is transitioning games. Number two is when you take a leave or off days or like mental health breaks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Those I would say are the two biggest fears in a streamer in terms of like, their community and whatnot. And for me, this was like one of the biggest decisions I had to make. And most streamers, when they lean into a new game, they usually do half and half. I'll play Battlefront and I'll go into Sea of Thieves later. And I'll introduce it with half and half, which is a very smart approach. For me, I just said and I just literally just went right into it.
Do you have a swear button?
Yeah.
Wow, that was awesome.
But no, in all seriousness, I was just like, seriously, like I can't, like I'm not gonna sacrifice my own mental health and play a game I don't want to play really and not be happy when I could be when that time that I could be that I'm playing Battlefront 2, I could be playing Sea of Thieves. And you know what I mean? So I was like, let's do
Wow.
it. Let's just go right into it. Let's just go right into it. And I did. People would ask me every day, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing Battlefront 2? And I had that question every day. I lost followers every day. I lost people in the community, people every single day. I became like kind of immune to it at that point because everyone, like, you know, more and more people would leave every day because it wasn't Battlefront 2 and they were only there for Battlefront 2. And I did not use a face camera at the time. So I didn't have a personality behind the camera. It felt like, and when I told myself when I'm entering Sea of Thieves, I'm like, if I'm entering Sea of Thieves, I'm going to use a face camera. And I think the last time I was here, I did not use one really at all.
No, you did your face reveal.
Right.
Yeah. And then it was after like my birthday stream. I remember we transitioned to Sea of Thieves around May. I was like, I want to have a personality. This is what my life, this is what I love to do. And I want to bump it up a notch. You know what I mean? Every cent I own every cent I make from streaming, I always invest it back into the stream. So I just want to make constant improvements. So I said to myself, let's make some changes here. So that was a big thing for me that I wanted to go into this game. I had a passion for it. I loved it. And, you know, I something just told me I knew it was for me. And I went in and I felt like the oddball. I didn't really know anyone. I would watch a lot of Sea of Thieves streamers that I admired, but I didn't know anybody. I was just kind of in it like on my own, if that makes sense. And, you know, I just wanted to just give it a shot. And this was my mentality. The entire ride. I said it to myself because I knew Battlefront 2 was you know what I mean? It was slipping away. And I'm like, if I stay in it any longer, it would just get worse and worse for me mentally. And it wasn't a thing I wanted to be a part of. The game there was nothing left with the game. There was really nothing left with it. So I said to myself, like, it's going to be one step backwards for two steps forward, potentially. Now it could be a complete bust and it could not work at all. And, you know, that could be that. But I had this mentality. There's a potential for two steps forward, and I won't know unless I try. And I'm not going to live with a regret saying I didn't try. So I packed, I left Battlefront 2 and I went into Sea of Thieves. And did it take a hit? Absolutely, in every shape, form, and you know what I mean. And like for me, it wasn't like, you know, did it affect me mentally at the beginning? Of course it did. Like, you know what I mean. Anyone in the right mind, it would affect you. So yeah, it did affect me in the beginning. But then I remember this one day, I really was really, you know, I was aching a little mentally, like, because I know I was taking a hit. But then I started changing my mentality. I'm like, you got to tell yourself, stop. And this is what shifted me from there to where I am now. I told myself, stop saying who's not there anymore. Like, don't think about anymore who's not there anymore. Think about who's actually there and focus on that. And I shifted my mentality and it kind of shaped me a lot. And it made me so much more happier. And I didn't really like, you know what I mean? Like some streamers let like statistics consume them. And for me, it was more of a thing where it was just like, I look at statistics to study and like to better myself, but I don't define your level of content based on a statistic. I define your level of content based on what you're putting in and what are you doing outside of stream, and you know what I mean, what you're putting out during the time that you're live. That's what I consider content. Because there's so many incredible, amazing content creators out there that just hasn't gotten the visibility that they deserve. And vice versa, you know what I mean? Like it goes both ways. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of content creators that, you know what I mean? I feel like there's some streamers that have lower averages that are, you know what I mean, a lot more entertaining than some of the biggest streamers. That's just my 2 cents on it. But there's really, you know what I mean? What can you do about it? So, you know, entering in, it was tough. It was really tough, you know, mentally, but I had something on my eyes. And it was, you know, I did have a goal in mind when I entered, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, but I just want to become a Sea of Thieves partner one day. It was my dream come true. I love the opportunities that it provided. I love what I could have, the opportunity for custom service to do for the community. And I'm like, most importantly, to represent Rare and to represent this company. And I will be honest with you, there is nothing can change my mind on this. There's no other game. There's no other community that does what Sea of Thieves does for their content creators and what Rare does for the community in terms of Twitch and what they do for the creators. I've never seen anything like it. And Battlefront 2 never had that. The content creator program, the Sea of Thieves partner program, the creator crew, all that they do, it's second to none. And it was a goal of mine. So I said, okay, I gotta work for this. So I knew the goal was 10,000 watch hours, which is, by the way, it's a very, 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 very difficult statistic, very difficult milestone to achieve. 10,000 watch hours. It's a lot of hours streamed times your average viewership and whatnot, and that was the requirement to apply for Sea of Thieves partnership. I told myself, I was like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want, I wanted it to happen naturally, but at the same time, I really wanted to make this dream come true. I'm like, I'll do anything it takes to make that happen. So I started, you know what I mean? Like, I just naturally just started streaming longer because I've been having so much fun. And like naturally the hours just came. And when I saw the 10,000 hours one day, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is actually no way. And I was so excited to write my application and everything. And I didn't hear back for like a month and a half, maybe. Give or take. I was checking my emails every day. And then eventually I was like, okay, I gotta stop. Like, you know what I mean? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, okay.
Right.
Because I can't let that stuff consume me. And like, I'm very big on mental health. I've went through a lot with college basketball. So I want to put myself in the best positions to be mentally stable and okay, especially streaming full time and whatnot. People think you're just playing games all day. There's a lot that goes into it. And mental health is a big factor. So I stopped checking my emails. I was like, okay, look, it's going to happen. I'm going to get a response, whether that be yes or no, just accept it and move on. I had an off day and I received an email back from them saying that I was accepted into the Sea of Thieves partner program. And I had tears. It was so special to me. And it was funny because I was not allowed to announce it yet. And that was the part that hurt me. So I've never taken this many days off. I've never taken this many days. I took 10 days off in a row. One, to kind of rejuvenate myself after like kind of like, a little bit of a partner push and whatnot, but also like, like knowing me, I'm so excited I would accidentally slip out if I, had the chance. But when I was able to announce it, it was so special. And it was just a dream come true. And the ultimate thing is just being able to represent this company and just to represent like something so much larger than streaming. And it's like truly like a family in a way. And the amazing people I've met, fellow content creators, the rare developers, the people behind the scenes, and to have a platform, you know what I mean, where your opinion is listened, where they hear your opinion in terms of like, and have a say in how the game works and ideas and content, and being able to be a part of something so much larger than you. That's actually pretty much the best part of being a Sea of Thieves partner. And just being able to have a role in all of this and being able to represent this community. And to answer your question, yeah, Twitch drops is something that's very, very beautiful that we're allowed to have on our streams. We have Twitch drops tomorrow, all throughout this weekend, as of January 21st. But what Twitch drops are is basically viewers are able to receive cosmetics, in-game cosmetics, in-game rewards based off watching a Sea of Thieves partner for 20 minutes. And all they have to do is claim it in their Twitch inventory, and it's applied to their Sea of Thieves account. So
that's cool.
They do Twitch drops for Sea of Thieves partners, but they also do Twitch drops for everyone. On January 30th, there's going to be a Sea of Thieves community day where everyone in the community, anyone who presses live on Sea of Thieves, can have drops on their channel. And this is what I mean by no other, no other game does what I think, in my opinion, what Sea of Thieves does. They've done this multiple times in the past. And it's just a really special opportunity. We have the opportunity for custom servers. We have the options for the opportunity for giveaways back to the community via in-game cosmetics, seeing 6-packs and caps and giveaways, and just things that allow us to just give back to the community. It's very special. And it's allowed me to also host community events. New Year's, we did a New Year's extravaganza where we did a fireworks show with a new update. We did a fireworks show, and the crews that came up with the best fireworks show. And the state I'm at right now is just, like looking back at like the hardships that I had to do in transitioning, it was very difficult. But where I am right now, I would say that I feel like, like how do I put it in words? I'm a type of person, like I'm never content, if that makes sense. I'm not a person that like, just like, you know what I mean? Like oh my gosh, like I'm so happy where I'm at. Like, I don't need to do anything else. Like, no, that's not the case. Like there's no like peak, there's no limit when it comes to Twitch, in my opinion. And for me, I feel like, but I will say that I think maybe in a way I did experience like a potential first step forward, from that step backwards, which is very beautiful. but I feel like this is just kind of like just the start of things, in terms of what, our community is and the amazing family and community we've built. And a lot went into this, man. Like rebranding was huge. I had to leave. Unfortunately, as much as I love Star Wars, I had to put myself in a position from a business side of things, like, that, a rebrand was necessary. Like, because as much as I love Ahsoka, I would use that for, I have goals to use that down the road for other future Star Wars projects, the art from Venomous and the emotes and everything. I have definitely goals to use that down the road for other future Star Wars projects. But I know if Star Wars wasn't going to be the main source of content for Twitch, I knew I had to do a rebrand. So I was fortunate enough to be sponsored and partnered with High Score Tees, which is our merchandise company, which allowed us to build a merchandise store, which allowed us to have a full rebrand, web camera, overlays. Yes, what you're wearing, overlays, alerts, logo revamp, rebranding, everything, everything you could possibly imagine. They did banners, everything. They did everything for us. And it was a month process. It was like 3-month process of everything that we wanted to put into it. And I told them, like, that I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. This is like my home. I want to represent that. And everything, if you can see, is the teal and the pink.
Right.
Those are like my favorite colorways. And
Reminds me of Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
yeah, exactly. And that was just me, and I wanted to be me. And that's what Twitch always allowed me to do, is just be myself and not as someone else or put on a mask, but just to be truly myself and just have the best time ever. And, you know what I mean? That was hinted in the branding, the rebranding as well. And just everything all in all over this since I've been on here, a year, has just truly been a blessing. And probably, I'll be honest with you, these long, I know you said like the long hours I stream, I'll be just transparent with you. I wake up every day streaming with a smile, and like, I just like look forward to the day, because one thing that sets Sea of Thieves apart from most games is that every day is a different experience. Every single day is different. You will not have 2 days in a row in Sea of Thieves. It's impossible. Every day you meet into new crews, you run into new crews, you have fun fights. We do a lot of PvP, fun fights, everything. And no 2 days are the same. And this is why I love this game so much. And this is why I can go so long every day, because I don't even think about time. I just have fun. I just enjoy myself. I sail with other fellow content creators and friends, and we just laugh and have the best time ever. And I couldn't ask for a better family and to be in this position.
It sounds like an amazing just community you have. It's really like heartwarming to hear like that your transition from Battlefront 2 to Sea of Thieves has gone, like, sounds like it's an absolute home run now, I want to ask though, so I know you talked about some of the things that, like, being a partner that you're super happy being a partner with Sea of Thieves, but what is like your day-to-day, what is that like? Is that like your that set up like you're an employee of Rare now, sort of? Like, what is your day-to-day like process as a partner for Rare or for Sea of Thieves like?
As a Sea of Thieves partner, we obviously, like, most of this I have to be careful in what I say due to NDA.
Yeah, for whatever you can say.
But
safely.
Most of what we do and the opportunity to do is not necessarily employed, but more so representing.
Okay.
We have one of the opportunities, for example, is, like I said, these Twitch drops.
Yeah.
Is, are things that we could give back to the community, but also for our communities as well. Obsidian 6-pack and capstan giveaways. We have certain giveaways that we can give back to the community every month when a new season comes out. Those are all nice things. Those are all beautiful things. But the things that I love the most, that I think that really stands out, is the fact that we have a say in things. We are aware of future content that is, you know what I mean, like here and there. We know what's coming about, and we do have a say in our opinions and bugs and fixes, and you know what I mean, and you know what I mean,
things of that nature
and everything. Yeah, so
it's similar to the content creator program for SOTOR.
Yeah, and it's really about like just like us being able to keep the game and do anything we can on our ends to have the game, you know what I mean, like in a great state, and provide our opinions and provide our insight and provide everything that we can to make this the best game possible of what it is. And it's the beauty in it, but more so representing Sea of Thieves, representing Rare, and representing Microsoft as well.
That's awesome.
So what hits me really hard about this conversation is it was a little while ago was talked about is that you lost followers, you lost viewers, you lost
Correct.
everything.
Correct.
And the unknown spoken world of Twitch is monetization, right? And when you stream, there is the potential that you can earn money, right? And people get uncomfortable when this is talked about. When you left the Battlefront community, I'm sure as you were losing viewers and followers and everything, the monetization slowed down too.
Yes.
And so I said this to somebody today, just today. Are you streaming for the viewers of today, or are you streaming for the viewers for 6 months from now? And it is a really hard question to ask yourself, because when things are going good, but you're unhappy, I never thought streaming would be as your mental health would become a factor of it, but it really is.
It is, yeah.
100%. And just from my own, but hearing what you went through, it had to been tough, right?
Yeah.
But the toughest decision, I think, that you didn't mention that affected yourself, your close friends, and a lot of people happened. I haven't not asked you about this. So I remember the day you made Sea of Thieves partner, you messaged me. I fucking jumped up and down for you because we talked 2 weeks prior to that, and you're like, I'm just waiting for this. And through that process of becoming a Sea of Thieves partner and all that stuff, some things happened on the back end. And I'm gonna play the narrator to the story. Serp made partner. Serp got his closest 7 friends together and created a Twitch team. It's called Guardians of the Order. It was a group of friends that were, as some people would call it, ride or die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the process, you created a second team called Vader's Fist.
Correct.
And through the process of making Sea of Thieves partner and doing all of those things, something happened, which I don't have this answer, and I have to ask, because one day you have 2 teams and the next day you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm sure on your end, that had to have been one of the hardest decisions to be made.
Oh yeah. I actually thought about it for about 3 months. Actually. Wow. Give or take. Probably give or take. Yeah, I'd say. No, I mean, this thing was with stream teams. It's like, as much as I love like organizing that, you know what I mean? I didn't want to dedicate my time to something that I wasn't, I didn't want to have, I didn't want to have something where I couldn't dedicate my time to as much as I would like to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I just, like, when I went into it, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to give everyone an opportunity. I want to give everyone an opportunity to be able to grow. And I put that before my own mental health. I put that before everything. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, a lot of the team, unfortunately, it's a sad reality. You know what I mean? People have lives. People have daily lives. Twitch isn't a full-time thing for everyone. You know what I mean? People come and go all the time on Twitch. The majority of that team is currently not streaming as of right now. A lot of the team was inactive. A lot of the team stopped streaming, you know, once COVID kind of like cleared up a little bit. And yes, it's not even close to being well, but
at the time it cleared up a lot, you know.
Yes, but you know what I mean? There was, you know, for a little bit, like, you know what I mean, people were going back to their daily lives, and you know what I mean, a lot of the team became inactive, unfortunately. So, you know, and I was receiving messages like, you know, not like more so like demands for applications, like, hey, like, I applied, where's my answer, blah 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 blah. And that's okay, you know what I mean? But like, when you have over 160 applications and you're trying to manage a lot on your own, and that was also during the time that I was trying to work on this rebrand with High Score Tees and everything that was going on in my life, and I was aiming for Sea of Thieves partnership and everything. I just felt like, you know, it was like the right thing to do to you know what I mean? Not give, not put a false hope on something and not put something that I can't dedicate my time to. And if I'm the type of person, if I hold on to something, I want to give my all into it. I'm not going to half-ass it or anything like that. And I knew I could not give us 2 stream teams with over 70 people my all. And
Yeah.
so I decided to simply remove both teams temporarily. You know what I mean? It's not like it's the end. You know what I mean? Like, because you know what I mean. Everyone who was active and everyone who was, you know what I mean. I've developed a lot of close friendships with them through that team, through the 2 teams. But I'm just gonna wait until the right moment is time, and when I'm ready to finally dedicate time to a team, I'll be able to make one on my own terms, just one, and just have fun, and you know what I mean, create some really fun things with it. But like I said, I'm just like the type of person, I don't like holding on to things that's like half, whether that be a relationship or friendship, stream team, anything, game, even, I just like to give my all towards things, and I couldn't give my all towards it. So it's just the most logical thing for myself personally. And and if people will see it as they wish. I just wasn't, just at the time, it just wasn't for me. But
clearly, excuse me,
yeah,
clearly, if you're not able to put in what you need to put in to a team or a stream or a game or anything, clearly it's not good for you, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure that weighs on you mentally too.
Yes.
Like if you know that's something that you have your name on and you can't give it your all to make it a great product or experience or whatever it is, then like that's got to weigh on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that like residual sort of anxiety or just negativity is got to be, especially with other people sort of like underneath you, if you will, that I can totally understand how that would be a large negative influence on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I just need to prioritize my mental health in that situation.
Yeah, of course.
Completely understand. So now, all right. So we got the downside of it out of the way. Now that you're a Sea of Thieves mother trucking partner, right?
Right.
Kicking ass. You have higher viewer counts than ever before. You are taking Twitch over one stream at a time. What is the goals? Because you say you're never complacent and you never just want to stay still and be happy where you are. So where does the Serp stream community go from here?
There's tons of things I want to accomplish for this year. There's actually a lot that I cannot speak of specifically within these next 10 to 12 days that include a lot of events that I have the opportunity to participate in. But I have the goal of YouTube partnership, Streamloots partnership.
Wait, can I ask? Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
What is YouTube partnership and what is Streamloots partnership?
So YouTube partnership is practically 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on YouTube.
So that's like the affiliate program on YouTube.
Basically, in a nutshell, where it allows you to receive monetization from that. YouTube is something that I've been trying to strive myself to be better on. I did have something, our YouTube editor at the time, he was incredible, made a lot of YouTube edits for us. He was currently on a leave for working on a film. So I did lose my YouTube editor. However, this has motivated me to kind of learn the YouTube, what's the word for it? Try to learn how to self-edit, if that makes sense. So I'm more motivated than ever to self-edit and learn how to self-edit and make my own YouTube videos, if that makes sense. So that's something that I'm in the works for right now. And I want to get really on that. I want to have stream highlights, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts uploads more often, and just try for YouTube partnership, because that would be an incredible goal. Streamloots is a third-party extension where chat and the community can make us just do fun stuff. It's a very, very fun thing. We used to do Streamloots Sundays. I'm trying to incorporate ways to bring that back. But it's basically, in a nutshell, like fun cards and ring the bell 5 times, or ram into the nearest island, or put a kegs in your crow's nest, like fun stuff like that, where it's just the community can just have a fun time, and it's just really just laughs. It's not,
but
sweaty.
It connects.
Oh, 100%. It's an integration within Sea of Thieves, which makes it really special. So Sea of Thieves,
I've never heard of that. That's pretty cool, huh?
It's perfect. It's amazing. Streamloots DVD, they have it. You can see it in Dead by Daylight, Phasmophobia, a few other games, but it's amazing. I'm looking forward to bringing Streamloots back into the flow of things for this year. And honestly, just keep going from what we've built, and continue to grow the community, and just have fun, and consistently meet new people, and just have fun with this game, and see what 2022 lies for Sea of Thieves, and just everything all in all. So yeah.
I have a that's awesome.
I appreciate it.
That's some crazy goals. I hope you meet them all.
Thank you.
I have a bit of a sidebar question, or like a looping back question. So I know we were talking about mental health earlier. Obviously, streaming, 10-ish average hours a day, almost every single day, takes a big mental health toll. I know for me, I want to ask, what is your like house or a living apartment setup like? So like, I'll give you an example why I'm asking. So for me, I really like having that separation of like work area and sort of fun area. And for my current setup, I don't like. So whenever I work from home, I'm sitting at the desk that I, stream podcast
that you're sitting at right now.
I'm sitting at right now. So like, for example, today I worked from home today. So I've been sitting in this chair basically all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got, you know what I mean? I was working at this desk on my work laptop that I plug into my, keyboard and mouse and monitor. And then I'll plug everything back into my actual desktop afterwards, like to play a game or whatever. Like I was playing Halo before the podcast, and now I'm, doing the podcast on here. But so for me, my goal, and I had this set up before, I like having a designated workspace outside of my social area. And with you streaming that long, do you have like, is your streaming room separate from like your bedroom and your living room? Like, you know what I mean? What's that setup like for you?
So I used to actually have my bedroom, and my streaming room kind of combined. But after Twitch partnership, I said if this actually became something very, very serious for me, which it was since I started, but something, the next step, I told myself I wanted to build a streaming studio. So I built this room. I have this design room here with strictly my setup, and it's just honestly where this is like
your office
sanctuary.
Sort of. Yeah,
exactly. So
sanctuary. I like that better.
And it's cozy, it's comfortable, and honestly, it's allows me to do what I love to do. So yeah, works perfect. But I used to be in a small corner for multiple months, but this is
having the designated
studio
space
room. Yep. Yeah, so it was special.
Marcus knows he just moved into his studio.
Yeah, so I will say, Nick, I know my little COVID cave is small.
Yeah.
And it's slowly becoming what it's meant to be. But I'm going to say that losing my office before my son was born, or once he was born, and then being relegated to the corner of a basement, and then buying a new house and being relegated to the corner of a basement, to now having my own space. And as you guys can see, my artwork is back on the wall. Like, this space is mine and only my space. So like, I know when I come in and I close my new door that's not even painted yet, it's me. Like, this is me space, and this is all I need for me. And I am much happier coming in this room than I ever was going in the other room.
Yeah, and because it was like, it
wasn't my space.
Yeah, it was it was the kid land shared space,
right?
That had the that you had your computer stuff in the corner, but it's still shared space.
I guess, Nick, for you, and I'm just gonna throw you under the bus real quick. Not really though, but like, if you ever think about that apartment that I told you about, that would give you that, because you would have an extra bedroom that you don't need to rent out, and that would become your space, your getaway space. So, whether you put this desk in the living room or the dining room next to like your TV couch area, and that's your work from home space, and then the extra bedroom in your apartment becomes your office stream space, like your getaway space. You know what I mean? And you slowly grow into that, because I think you do need that, because you've been talking about that for a while. And I know, like, when you talk about your mental health, you're like, look, I just sat in front of my computer all day. I don't want to sit in this chair all night. Like, even if you just stand up and go in your living room and sit on the couch, it feels good because you're not sitting in that chair that you're sitting in now.
Exactly. Same environment.
And I did the same thing.
Right. I mean, my current plan if I stay where I currently live is like just to put I'd get a different desk and put my work desk in the living room, and then I'd work from home in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it's just totally separate room, separate space, and there's plenty of room in there. So, but it would achieve, and then my bedroom can just be the fun zone. You know.
And I just want to do a quick shout out to Madrina's Coffee. Okay. So that clip of me when you first got partnered with Madrina's.
Yeah.
There's a clip of me cracking open a cold brew can and I slam like a 4-second slug of it or even longer. And I smashed it on my desk, spilt it all over. And I go, Madrina's, drink that shit. And that clip has been popping around for a year. And I see that, that's still going great for you. And,
I appreciate that a lot.
And it says something when a company, whether it's Madrina's, Stream Tools, or Sea of Thieves, when they notice you and they say, hey, let's make some magic, right?
Yeah.
So, is there any big goals you have with those companies moving forward, or is it to get more companies involved in the Serp stream community? Like, what's your next steps there?
With merchandise, with high score tees, I would love to include more merchandise. Starting off, we came out with 9 different merchandise items. I have goals to, bring in other items within the table as well. I think that would be really special. I think that would be special for everyone. I think that would be something that I would really, really love to do. With Madrina's, I'll be honest with you. There's been Madrina's partners that have had their own custom flavor in the past. I would love to have that opportunity one day.
Whoa.
Is that down the road? Very, 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 very far, 100%, but it would still be something cool,
Yeah.
It's a dream come true. But it's just really honestly, like how do I put it in words? I have dreams of long term, but short term is like, I think about tomorrow and I think about like events like within the month and I go day by day. You know what I mean? I don't really necessarily like get caught up because when I was when I was growing up, I was like, when I was playing basketball for 11 years of my life, I was like NBA, 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 NBA. That's all I thought about. And, I've shifted my mentality to thinking more like ahead, like closer goals, closer, how to put in words, like closer short-term goals for long-term success and long-term dreams,
Yeah.
So
Or incremental goals.
Yeah, just take it day by day, honestly. Taking it day by day. And but I would love to take Madrina's and what we've built, and there's so many fun things with Madrina's coming up. Like tomorrow, for example, we have 2 new flavors releasing. Oh, that's going to be the most special. It's some really, really cool stuff, and constantly amazing things that Madrina's is doing. The amount of new flavors that they've released within the last few months, the events that we have planned, so many cool things up ahead for Madrina's, and just to be able to represent this company and to be part of like an amazing family which by the way, I'm not just like a partner for them. It's truly like a family. We speak quite often. They come by chat, they hang out. You know what I mean? We communicate extremely well, and it's really part of something special. And that's what I love the most. Like, the outside of Twitch, who I'm representing and who I'm partnered and sponsored with, these are amazing people and amazing companies to represent. You know what I mean? And family is involved in each and every one of them, which is my favorite part.
Awesome.
What's your favorite flavor of Madrina's?
Not flavor of Madrina's. The dark chocolate salted caramel by far. It's a new Sea of Thieves. So, I don't know if you knew this. Well, one of the big things that happened, that Sea of Thieves and Madrina's collaborated together on a flavor.
Whoa, that's due to you.
Yeah, they collaborated on a flavor. Don't quote me on it.
It's dark chocolate salted caramel.
Dark chocolate salted caramel. You purchase if you purchase the flavor, you will receive an in-game emote within Sea of Thieves called the Coffee emote. There was a bundle package that sold out within the first day. That included a Madrina's Sea of Thieves shaker.
I'm seeing that.
And which they will bring back this year and restock on that. But in terms of, that's probably my favorite flavor, and not just because it's a Sea of Thieves collaboration. Well, maybe just a little, but it's such. And I'm not even really
biased.
I'm not really even the biggest caramel fan. Like, I don't go crazy over caramel, but like with this, oh my gosh, it is so amazing, so amazing. I recommend it for anybody who's a big caramel or dark chocolate fan.
Absolutely.
I just like coffee.
I do too.
I just tell everybody that my blood is coffee.
Yeah, Marcus, you drink the most coffee of anybody I've ever met, basically.
But actually, I'll talk. Well, it'll be a conversation for another day. But I do drink too much coffee.
Agreed.
That's all of us.
No,
I used to drink too much coffee.
no, I drink an excessive amount of coffee.
My pre-COVID 2020, like meaning when I got it in April 2020, I was drinking like a venti iced coffee from Starbucks with like 4 shots of espresso in it. Or no, the bigger one, Trenta, every day on my way to work.
That's
before I go
awesome.
to the ER.
I drink like 4 iced coffees and a hot coffee every day, at least.
Yeah.
It's in
Now
my
I
blood.
drink like I'm a normal human. I drink like 1 to 2 cups of coffee, depending on if I'm tired or not. I'm
Right.
lame. Before I would
You're lame.
yeah.
Okay,
But-
Serp, tell everybody how they can get your Madrinas, and tell everybody where they can find you.
In terms of Madrinas, if you head over to madrinascoffee.com, you can purchase anything in at checkout. You can go use our code Serpentzn. That's SERPENTZN for 20% off all products. There has been in the past where we do occasional promotion days for 30% off. Near future, I don't think there's going to be any, but we do have it 20% off full time. And in terms of our Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/Serpentzn as well. SERPENTZN. And yeah, we stream practically every day, except for every 6 days a week, except for Fridays.
And seeing that we want to grow that YouTube channel.
What's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, what's the YouTube channel?
Same as Twitch and everywhere else. I do appreciate it a lot.
No, let's blow this YouTube up.
I appreciate it.
Let's blow it up.
You guys are the best.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.